What's up, y'all? Ooh, wrong one. There we go. We getting all this stuff in order here. White tears are flooding America, boy. Shit. What's up, y'all? What's up, Rocky? Y'all say what's up to Rocky. Y'all say what's up. Rocky came to wine country with us yesterday. Now, my wife is about to wash his ass. Rocky smelling like dogs and shit. You know, you can't go a week more than a week without washing the dog. And it's been about 8 days since he got his ass washed. So Rocky's smelling like ass right now. You about to get your ass washed. Y'all say what's up to Rocky. Yeah, she about to come wash your ass, Mr. Postman. What's up, everybody? You good, baby boy? She's about to come wash your ass. One thing I like about Rocky, though, Rocky like getting his ass washed. He ain't a dirty dog. He's a clean dog. Very clean dog. Very, very, very clean dog. Except for when it's time to shit. And he go around all in the mud. I'm like, nigga, can you shit on the grass, nigga? Why you shitting in the mud? Anyway, what's up, everybody? We about to, no, I don't want that song. What's one? I want this song. Yeah, we're going to start here. We're going to get right into it. First, I want to say welcome, everybody. Everybody, y'all say what's up in the chat room. What's up, Nandi? What's up, Brian? Stay fly, everybody. What's up to everybody in the chat room? I want to let you know I appreciate y'all for joining. But we will get to the pleasantries a little more in a little bit. In the meantime, white tears are flooding America. White tears are flooding America right now. And I told y'all, what did I tell y'all the day after this Super Bowl? Last week. See, today, we're not going to, for the most part, focus on the Super Bowl itself. We're going to focus on the fallout after the Super Bowl. Because I told y'all last week, first off, that last Sunday, when I did my card reading, who remembers when I did my card reading last Sunday before the Super Bowl? We had that 10 of diamonds. When I saw the matchup between the Eagles and the Chiefs, the combination card was a 10 of diamonds. And so that let me know right then that the focus was going to be on the halftime show. Did I not tell y'all the big story of the Super Bowl will be the halftime show, not the game? Press number one if you remember me saying that. The focus is going to be the halftime show and not the game. We called that in the cards before the game. Then on Monday, last Monday, I said, we expect white people to get angry and mad and, oh my God, have we not been disappointed? These motherfuckers, when I say white people, people who identify as white, people who identify as white, according to Dr. Rachel Batalora, in her book, White Fragility, talks about these are people who buy into the system of whiteness and white and all the guarantees and goodies you get from being white. These are people who buy into that, okay? That's what we mean by white. The people who buy into these stereotypes. I mean, into these expectations of a white supremacist world where white people get the guaranteed first cut of everything, and people considered non-white, according to Neely Fuller, get nothing. I just ordered a new copy of my compensatory code, counter-racist code book by Neely Fuller. I just got it because I had an old one, but with him just passing away, I wanted to get a new one. that's for the most part untouched. And I might get a few more and pass these out. But if you understand Neely Fuller Jr., if you understand how this game works, you saw it didn't take no cards for me to predict the white backlash. All that took was an understanding of how America works. You don't need no psychic, you don't need no cards, you don't need nothing but an understanding of how this shit works. You dig? So, goddamn, he's snoring louder than a motherfucker. Y'all hear Rocky snoring? God damn. This nigga snoring like a grown ass man named Moses. Shit, that nigga snore sounding like a busted subwoofer. You ever had like a sub with a little piece of that little flap that's got detached and it's just rattling? That's how this nigga snore sound. This nigga snoring like Jack and the Beanstalk. God damn. Such a little ass dog. Snore like his name is Brutus. Anyway, back to what we talking about. So we knew this shit was coming because we know how America works. So today, I want to talk about the bullshit. Last week Megyn Kelly was crying about it, calling it DEI. Ted Nugent was talking about it. And if y'all don't know who Ted Nugent is, he's a white supremacist, rock and roller from the 70s, who basically has made his money the last, really since Obama's been in office, as the musical voice of the white supremacists. But Ted Nugent is also a guy who Courtney Love said back when she was 12, her parents dropped her off. And this is on an interview she had with Howard Stern. Her parents dropped her off with Ted Nugent, and they were an item for a while when she was 12. So I understand Ted Nugent not liking a song like They Not Like Us. And then you have Bill Maher. You got Bill Maher, somebody who, like Kid Rock back in the 90s, was down with the Negroes. You know, he had Kid Rock on his show. And Kid Rock talked about and called Super Bowl DEI. So what I'm about to do is we're about to play video from that interview, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? But before I go there again, welcome, everybody. Black History Month, go to DewanB.com. All your Black History merch. Go to BlissCapsules.com. Buy 2, get 1 for free with the product code DewanB. So that's what we're about to talk about it. Oh, you said y'all can't hear it? Okay, good. I'm good. Y'all can't hear Rocky snoring. Good. I have a good mic. I have a microphone that does a good job of not picking up the surround sound. So I'm glad y'all can't hear Rocky because I can definitely. I still hear him. This motherfucker is. This nigga Rocky snoring like he just got 38 points and 15 rebounds and 6 assists and 6 fouls. This nigga snoring like a motherfucker, boy. This nigga Rocky snoring like he just ran for 173 yards. Nigga. And 16 passing yards. What's up, Ebony? But let's get into it. So let's go into what Kid Rock said, and then we're gonna break down this bitch fit. He said he needs a CPAP machine. Well, let's go into what these thugs are talking about. Let's go into what these 2 thugs are talking about, and then we are going to talk about it. All right? Let's go into what these thugs are talking about. There we go.
Oh, when you mentioned DEI, people complained about that. What did you think of this year's Super Bowl? When you mentioned DEI, people complained about that.
I mean, to put it nicely, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I gotta respect it. And here's why. You know, I grew up loving, emulating hip hop, all things hip hop, breakdancing, DJing, graffiti, rapping. And so I understand the culture a little bit more than most. And when I say most, of course, I mean white people. So, you know, watching it, I'm like.
So for those of you who don't know, Kid Rock got its start in music as a rapper. And do you know who discovered Kid Rock and put him on? The same person who put Lil Jon on down in Atlanta. Too Short. Okay? Back in the 80s, Kid Rock was trying to be a down rapper. Too Short, late 80s, Too Short was at the top of his game. And when they would go to Michigan, Kid Rock would be there. And it was Too Short. Because black people have always been champions of DEI. Just not the way people like him are talking. We, for better or for worse, have always allowed and grouped other people in with us. For better or for worse. So, Kid Rock owes all of his fame to Too Short. It was Too Short that put this thug degenerate on. But you see how they get down? The same way Lil Wayne put on Drake. You see what happens when you allow them into the culture? Marky Mark, and remember Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch? He was down, yeah, bro. One of the most extreme white supremacists that we've seen in Hollywood. So as Kid Rock is talking, for those of you who don't know, it was this brother from LA by way of Oakland, because Oakland is where he got his game from. So I'm always going to give Oakland Bay credit when it comes to Too Short, even though he was raised in LA up until the 8th grade. It was this black man is the reason why Kid Rock is a thing. So off top, we're seeing that Kid Rock is a DEI hire into music. He's a DEI hire into music. So let's listen up more what this DEI hire has to say about the halftime show.
You know, after there's a lot of things going through your head. You know, everyone's like, that sucked, this, that, and the other. I'm like, man, this kid pretty much came out figuratively with both middle fingers in the air, doing what he does for the people who love what he does, unapologetically. I don't think he gives a frog's fat ass what anyone thinks about it.
Like you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, so I go, it's pretty much how I built my whole career. I got to respect it.
Right. Yeah, okay, there we go. Common ground. Yeah, I mean.
Now, how did he get there? I think a lot of people, I've heard nobody answer this question yet. Like, how did he get that gig? Jay-Z. All right, what happened there? I think Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar should both send Colin Kaepernick a bundt cake and a 6-pack of beer and a thank you note with a bunch of money in it. Because without him kneeling and getting everyone's panties in a bunch over the anthem, self-included, I don't think that happens.
So he's saying it's owed.
Yeah, I know you.
And by the way, wait, one more point.
To Kaepernick.
This was the epitome of DEI.
Right here.
Like, this was the epitome of DEI blowing up. Because, you know, the NFL was all this DEI and racism, all this stuff. They got Jay-Z in their book and this, and like Kendrick Lamar goes out there and basically...
In other words, you got Jay-Z booking black acts. Well, let's talk about DEI, ma'am. People forget that Kid Rock also performed in the Super Bowl. Kid Rock, if for those of you who I'm sure you don't remember, Kid Rock performed in the same Super Bowl that Janet Jackson got her titty ripped out at. 2004, 21 years ago. Talk about DEI Super Bowl, you have Justin Timberlake, Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, Jessica Simpson, and Janet Jackson. Why are any of those people on stage with Janet Jackson? That's DEI. DEI is Janet Jackson, especially 2004. This is before the Beyonce takeover. Remember, Beyonce didn't rise to the top until after Janet Jackson was taken out after this Super Bowl when she was sexually assaulted by lesser talented Justin Timberlake, having to share the stage with an extremely lesser talented Kid Rock and Jessica Simpson. P. Diddy, the white people's nigga, and Nelly, one of the destroyers of hip hop. Talk about DEI. Janet Jackson had to share that same stage with inferior talent. From Timberlake to Diddy to Kid Rock to Jessica Simpson. Why that wasn't Janet Jackson's solo show is because of DEI. White people having to be included in dope black shit. So, Kid Rock, the beneficiary of a DEI Super Bowl halftime show, is throwing shots at Jay-Z and Kendrick for having a DEI halftime show. You see how that works? You see how that works.
Turns DEI into an IED. It's like, it's all black people, or all people of color, speaking to his crowd in the hood, black people. It was like the most non-exclusive, or the most exclusive thing ever. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's all.
You see how what he just said? It was him talking to his people. Mind you, this is a show about America. Red, white, and blue flag. Remember, Kid Rock got in trouble actually for wearing a red, white, and blue poncho at the Super Bowl. This is what Kid Rock wore. This is what Kid Rock wore on stage at the Super Bowl. This is Kid Rock on stage in the Super Bowl. So, when he goes on stage in red, white, and blue, Kid Rock's not speaking to his audience. The hood. When Kid Rock does it, it's not speaking to it's not speaking to the hood. It's not speaking to the audience. This interview is a great tool for anybody that's around black children or people who want to understand how American racism works. He's in the same color performing American music at an old school American event, but his isn't DEI. What's the difference? What is the difference? White people, non-black. I say for people who identify with white supremacy, I should say. What's the difference? Aren't we all Americans? Are people not owed what they get based on merit? Kendrick Lamar just tied Michael Jackson for the most watched Super Bowl halftime show in Super Bowl history. He gave an American message. He's an American, born and raised. So is Samuel L. Jackson. Tour 11 says, it's funny how the dominant society uses DEI as an FBA epithet slur when they themselves are the biggest recipients of DEI. Right. They study, collect, and share all the data that's available, but continue to gaslight us about it. You're 100%, Terrell. You ain't lying, brother. And let's go further in DEI. Not only was Kid Rock a DEI rapper, when Kid Rock switched to rock, he also switched to another black form of music. Rock and roll in the 50s was considered race music. Before the Beatles and the Rolling Stones came doing black rock and roll and imitating black rock and roll was called race music. Rock and roll is music of the ghetto, music of struggle, music of people who had no other way out. The only way out for Muddy Waters, for Howlin' Wolf, for Chuck Berry was a guitar. The only way out for Fats Domino was a piano in his voice. The only way any of this music that Kid Rock, whether he's singing rock and roll or hip hop, all of that music comes from the ghetto. So, I'll tell you right now, this shows you that these people aren't patriots. They're white supremacists. And his issue is that a black person uses the same flag to give a message. Now all of a sudden it's DEI. These people don't give a fuck about America. The same man who's willing to put it on the line to push American nationalism, when the black man pushes American nationalism, now it's DEI. These are all Americans. As a matter of fact, these are Americans who, what the fuck? The hell did I just do? These are Americans in the name of somebody like a Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is an American that's probably been here longer than Kid Rock's family. If we gonna tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. Let me see here. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go to Kid Rock biography right here on ChatGPT. Okay. Kid Rock grew up with a father who was a successful businessman who owned multiple car dealerships in Michigan. Okay. And his mom was a homemaker. He lived in a very upper middle class. He had a very upper middle class upbringing, which is far different than his everyday dirty redneck white boy role that he tries to play. Black people, did I not tell you not? Hip hop is not the only place people cosplay and fake the funk. This is American as American can be, as American can be. White artists faking who they are. This is a little rich kid making music for common rednecks. You see how this works? His ancestry includes German, Irish, and Dutch roots. Well, you know it's German because he went to the Midwest. White Americans who flooded the Midwest in the 18 and 1900s generally are of German roots and Irish. His lineage traces back to European immigrants who settled in the Midwest. So that right there tells me that his family has not been here as long as Kendrick Lamar's family. Kid Rock's family is not American. Look at this shit. Although Kid Rock presents himself as a blue-collar Southern rock inspired artist, Kid Rock was raised in privilege. However, he developed a passion for hip-hop, rock, and country music, which helped shape his unique fusion of genres. Yes. When did his family arrive in America? Let's see if it finds out. Oh, it doesn't have a when. But it says likely the 19th century. But this basically just told you what I told you. If you understand American migration patterns, you know when Kid Rock's family came. But all of this was after Kendrick's family was already here. He's a rich kid cosplaying as a Southern rock and roller. Studio thug all day, every day. Just a flat out fraud. Kid Rock is a flat out fraud. Born a fraud, gonna die a fraud.
Awesome. I'm laughing my ass off.
Look at this.
All black people are all
Rich kids, tough guys.
Speaking to his crowd in the hood, black people. It was like the most non-exclusive or the most exclusive thing ever. And I'm like,
so black people speaking about the game of America is exclusive.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. I'm laughing my ass off.
And Bill Maher, trust and believe, Bill Maher booked Kid Rock for this segment because he knew that's what he would say. Period. He knew he would say some bullshit like that. DEI. That's why he put it out there so he didn't have to say it. Let me book a white fool that will say it so I ain't got to. And the crazy part about this whole, I'm going to that last part right here. I'm going back to that last part.
Awesome. I'm laughing my ass off.
Well, no, a little further back.
Are all people of color speaking to his crowd in the hood, black people. It was like the most non-exclusive or the most exclusive thing ever. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
What did I tell y'all last week, black people? I said white Americans will not be able to get the message because of their racism. Did I not say that? Press number 1 if you remember me saying that. The message that Kendrick put out there about the game of America wasn't just for black people, although he was speaking to us literally when it came to 48 Mule and on certain parts. He did say certain parts that were to us. But the overall message wasn't to just black America. That was to America. That was to anybody. That Super Bowl halftime performance was for anybody living in the United States of America. America's a game. You can see what just happened here in the Palisades. All them wealthy white people, they had $10, $15 million houses, thought that they whiteness. Yeah, house burned down to the motherfucking ground. America don't give a fuck about y'all either. See, that's the thing with these white supremacists. White supremacy is a social construct. And like Dick Gregory said, you ain't never met nobody that's white. Most of us have never even seen a white person. I'm talking about the people who give the Queen of England instructions. Those are the white people. The people who tell President Trump what the agenda is. The people who tell the Queen of England what the agenda is. The people the oligarchs who own and invest in Apple. Not Elon Musk. The people who gave Elon Musk the money to go into his companies from PayPal to Tesla. Those people, not Jeff Bezos, the people who floated Amazon for the 15 years it didn't turn a profit. Amazon went over a decade without turning a profit. How did it get there? Because the real white people wanted it there. And they used the white people that we see as a buffer class. Because the white folks we see, they're not getting a fair share either. They should have burned down the Palisades just like black folks shit burned down in Altadena. These people get small tertiary benefits. The white people that we see, think about it this way. There's $1 that every American is owed. White, black, if you're born here, pay taxes here, you can get paid $1 for your work. Let's use that as an example, $1. Well, how white supremacy works is because the real white oligarchs, we greedy, we're not going to pay you that $1. This is what we're going to do. We're going to give the people who identify as white, we're going to give you 20 cents on the dollar. You get 20 cents. Buffer classes in between white and black, you get 10 cents. Black people get a nickel. If that. I'm sorry, take back. The boule black people get a nickel. The boule gets a nickel. The rest of us, we get 2 pennies. Now there's $1 that the oligarchs and the true white supremacists can afford to pay us all. We all can get paid that $1, white, black, whatever. There's enough money in the economy for everybody to get $1. And for those oligarchs to still be rich. And for Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk to still be billionaires. They can still be billionaires. But we gonna give these oligarchs like Bezos and Elon Musk, we're gonna give them 75 cents on the dollar. We're going to give your rank and file white person 20 cents on the dollar. We're going to give our buffer classes a range from 5 to 15 cents on the dollar, as long as we give the average everyday nigga 2 cents on the dollar. And that's how the motherfucking hierarchy stays in place. Because the dumbass white people like Kid Rock getting 20 cents on the dollar, thinking that they better than black people getting 2 cents on the dollar. And as long as these 20 cents on the dollar white folks know that they're getting more than black people's 2 cents on the dollar, they're going to do everything they can to keep that system in place. Instead of saying, fuck that, we all need $1. America has been running this game since Bacon's Rebellion in the 1600s. All you gotta do is look up Bacon's Rebellion. Let's go back to ChatGPT. Explain Bacon's Rebellion. There's books on this, but we're gonna do the computer version. We're gonna go to the computer version of Bacon's Rebellion, 1676. Crazy how it happened 2 years to the year that between that rebellion and America being founded. This America's, I'm sorry, a year to the year. The United States of America didn't become an independent nation until 1776. This is in 1676. Just read the quick caption on what Bacon's Rebellion is for those who don't remember it. Bacon's Rebellion was an armed uprising in 1676 in the Virginia colony led by Nathaniel Bacon, a wealthy planter. It was fueled by tensions between poor white and poor black. They say indentured servants, but also free black people too. Wealthy landowners and the colonial government under Governor William Berkeley. The rebellion is significant because it exposed class divisions and led to a shift in labor systems, reinforcing the move towards racialized slavery. And of course, we read these white chat GPTs that was probably programmed by an Asian or something. It's going to leave out this is where white supremacy in the United States of America got its foundation. They realized the real white people up top, the ones back in Europe, because remind you, America is still a colony at this point. It's not a full-on country. So Europe is still pulling the strings. And in the 1600s, the reason why it wasn't a color-coded thing was because you still had a lot of black Europeans. You got to understand, you still have, when was Queen Charlotte? What year was Queen Charlotte? 1774. So mind you, this is at a time that Queen Charlotte was in office in England. Queen Charlotte was black. Queen Charlotte, Charlotte, North Carolina, that was a black woman. So it wasn't these racialized dynamics at that time. But there was an inquisition going on in England at that time, where soon around this time, a lot of black people were being kicked out of England. Again, go back to this. I say go back to this book right here if you want to know this whole story. Ancient and Modern Britons. This book breaks all of that down. Of all of those black Christians, especially Catholics, getting kicked out. Because now we're going to Protestantism. Mind you, this is at a time to where a lot of Europeans are still swarthy. And for that, you go to this letter in 1753 from Ben Franklin. No, I thought that was 1751. It's not. This isn't the website. Here we go. Look at this. This was the first wave of German immigrants to America in the 1600s, when they complained about all of these swarthy Germans. Oh, hell no, I'm not about to sign up for the Atlantic. Y'all can kiss my ass. Look at this. When Benjamin Franklin, personally a $100 bill, was keeping it 100, worried about swarthy Germans. So race at this time in America is convoluted. It's not as clear as it is now. So during that time, before Bacon, you had all kinds of mixtures of people doing things. All those wealthy black landowners in Boston, in New York, in Philadelphia, in Jamestown. All this stuff was happening. The system of white supremacy in the United States of America, where white people had the supreme position, started when this happened. The oligarchs, because there were oligarchs back then too, the oligarchs that controlled what was really going on said that, hey, we have to separate people based on color. And since then, America has been refining its color-coded racial stratification system. America knows that, and it happened again in the 1800s with the Populist Rebellion. If you go to 1892, before, like, when you look at, like, when Wilmington, Carolina got burned down, that was at the end of the populist movement. One of the other times blacks and whites got together. And each time black people and white people got together, the oligarchs who really run everything gave white people, or people they identify as white, slightly more, just a little bit more than black Americans. And that was all an attempt to hold in the racial stratification system. So by the time Kid Rock's dirty, lice-filled family got to America, they got here, and I'm sure during the time of the Homestead Act, while they're complaining about black Americans not getting our 40, Kendrick Lamar is talking about 40 acres and a mule. Kid Rock's family got Homestead Act land. 160 acres of free and clear land, where all you have to do is develop the land. That's how white wealth in the Midwest has been built up. Free land. Now, when my black family migrated from North Carolina to Indiana in the year 1835, they had to buy their land. My black family bought over 900 acres of land in Indiana between 1835 and 1860. We weren't given any handouts. We had to buy it because they was black. Kid Rock's white family got it for free. Talk about DEI? Okay, let's talk about DEI. Let's talk about DEI. Can we just tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God? White music sucks. It's nothing but a dumbed down, stripped down version of what we do. Devoid of soul, devoid of rhythm. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let me see here. I'm trying to look for this song. Come on now. Listen to this. This is the Rolling Stones version of "Come On."
Can't afford to check it. I wish somebody come along and run it to it and wreck it. Come on.
That's the Rolling Stones version. Now listen to Chuck Berry's version.
Me and my baby parted all day long. I'm walking cause I couldn't get my car started. Laid off from my job and I can't afford to check it. I wish somebody'd come along and run into it and wreck it. Come on.
Way different experience. The Beatles took out all the soul. They took out all the feel. They took out all the groove, and it was just some old plastic cartoon of the real thing. What about this song? That's the Rolling Stones version. Now this is Chuck Berry's version.
All aboard! Newenberg, Kingston, Albany, and on we go to Utica, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo, Erie, Pennsylvania.
So much more groove and soul. You know? It's just whatever white people do. I'm not being racist. I'm not. But y'all take all the rhythm and groove out of everything y'all do when y'all take it from us. God damn. Just take away all the feeling, all the soul. My God. Y'all, when you're dealing with white rock and roll is autistic black blues. That's what it is. White rock and roll is an autistic version of black blues. Can we tell the whole truth? Can we tell the whole truth? Can we tell the whole truth? Talk about DEI. Y'all get to come and play our music and not do nearly as good of a job doing it, but make all the fucking money. That's the truth. That's the truth. So white artists get to have whole careers imitating black art and never be a third as good. That's DEI. Ted Nugent. That's DEI, Megyn Kelly, Bill Maher. That's DEI. Michael Bolton's whole career was DEI. And Michael Bolton didn't have a bad voice. This is DEI. They don't have that one. Why is that song not on here? Let me see. Here it is. This is DEI. That versus this.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when...
Two different experiences. Two different levels of skill. One down here, one way up there. But y'all get to get rich. Want to talk about DEI? You don't get no more DEI than Adele. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Woo! That sounds like a chorus of pussycats. You put that voice next to this voice. Put that. You can't put them two voices in the same studio. Yeah, Jennifer Holiday and getting 10 times the money. That's DEI. DEI is this piece of dog shit being at the top of the radio. No.
Hey, baby, I'm just gonna shake it off.
DEI is that bullshit being at the top. They call that a singer. Meanwhile, Stephanie Mills is still having to work gigs to pay the bills. And don't have 100th of the money as Taylor Swift. That's DEI. That level of voice having to take a backseat to Adele. That's DEI. It's time that we tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and let's stand on it. Because if they want to throw DEI out there, black people, stop being nice. Stop. Okay, man, it's all right, man. All right, you just hating. I don't know, man. No, fuck that. Stop being nice. Let's tell the whole truth. That bitch Adele can't sing. Her whole career is DEI. Kid Rock's whole career is DEI. Kid Rock don't rock as hard as Gary Clark Jr. You know how many black artists, like Living Color, were forced out the game? This is how rock is supposed to sound, but they don't get the credit. That's what rock is supposed to sound like. It's supposed to sound like Living Color. Instead, we get this. Kid Rock.
Right reasons and set up shop at the top of Four Seasons. Kid Rock and I'm the real McCoy and I'm headed out west.
The real McCoy is a black person, motherfucker. That's a lobby mechanism that helped expand the railroads in the United States of America and around the world. Even using black references.
Change my ways. I put your picture.
That shit's horrible. That shit is trash. But these people get whole DEI careers with minimal skill, with minimal talent. And we got to hear because Kendrick wants to give an American message at the Super Bowl. We got to hear this shit. Black people, we don't have to stand this no more. We don't have to take this. It's time we go on the offensive. When they got something to say about that music, it's trash. I don't give a fuck what it is. I might even like the song. Unless it's Tina Marie. Tina Marie, the only white person that get a pass in my book. And sometimes Steely Dan. And one of the Hall, I think Hall, not Oates, because Hall and Oates are suing each other. The darker one from Hall and Oates, he get a pass. God damn it. Because they ain't trying to take our shit. They honest about it. But outside of Tina Marie, man, I ain't giving y'all shit. No, Bobby Caldwell does not get a pass. He had one song, brother. He had one song during that Blue Eyed Soul era. Dope song. But yeah, nah. Bobby Caldwell was doing nigga music. Bobby Caldwell is no James Ingram. All right? He's no James Ingram. He's no Peebo Bryson. Bobby Caldwell is no Freddie Jackson. Let's stop it. He had one song. Michael McDonald had like 2 songs you niggas like. Let's just tell the truth. I love Michael McDonald too. But Michael McDonald had 2 songs you niggas like. He had that duet he did with Patti LaBelle. On my own. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. On my own. And he had the goddamn regulator, the original regulator. Let's stop. Just because a white person had 1 or 2 songs, hey, chill, black people. Tina Marie had albums, all right? And Tina Marie died, goddamn it, still 10 toes down with black culture. Let's tell the truth. Just because a white person, look, a lot of white people in America, we cousins. We're going to tell the whole truth. If you've been in America, if a white person has been in America since the 1700s, it's a good chance we cousins with them. So it's going to be certain things that they can do well. And that's fine. Let them do it. Let them do it. But we still ain't got to go all this in barbecue inviting and all this shit. Every generation has like a funky white boy. Then that white boy, when he's done hanging out with the Negroes, he goes to being white. Tina Marie never tried to cross back over to white. Never once. She died down with us. Amy Winehouse was not that good. She was like, Amy Winehouse in 2010 was just basically sound like a 90s black woman. Let's not do too much. Amy Winehouse is relatively good. Let's not do too much.
No one can tell me that.
Okay.
If I turn my head, yours is up.
Y'all, let's chill on Amy Winehouse, black people. Let's chill. Let's chill. Y'all gonna compare that? This is how black women sing. If you put Amy Winehouse in the same studio as this,
Didn't think about.
can't put Amy Winehouse in the same studio as Shirley Murdoch. See, black people, we on code in this room, and y'all still putting white people in areas they do not belong. Just because you like a song or two. Who gonna stick with that? Nobody. Stop it, black people. We be so quick to give a pass. No, you got to step up. We ain't going no more lowering the bar. No more lowering the bar. The reason why I allowed Tina Marie in the clubhouse, not only because did she start black and end black, she also gave us this.
Sometimes you should just.
I can give Tina Marie that. Because Tina Marie came up in the era of the baddest black singers on earth. Because after Tina Marie went off, you had a Vesta song coming on next. You had you were gonna have some Roberta Flack come on. You were gonna have some Phyllis Hyman. See, Tina Marie came up at this time, during this time. See, that came on after this. See, Tina Marie came up in an environment to where that was the first song on the radio, and the next song on the radio was this. Tina Marie came up in an environment where Phyllis Hyman was still blowing it out the water. When Stephanie Mills was blowing it out the water, and her song was just as good as theirs, and she was singing powerfully. Don't give me no goddamn Amy Winehouse, who came up at a time that all the black singers were off the map by it. Only thing we got is Beyonce left, and Beyonce can't sing as nearly as good as none of these women either. Stop, black people, stop it. Stop it. Stop lowering the bar for them. Kid Rock is showing you they don't appreciate it anyway. Yeah, like again, Tina Marie is very, very rare. Because Rick James also had a powerful voice. But
You taught me
this is what Tina Marie did.
so quickly.
Tina Marie don't get a pass. Tina Marie earned her spot with that. Nigga. Tina Marie earned her spot with that. We ain't giving her shit. Amy Winehouse, Taylor Swift, they didn't earn that. Jessica Alba, Jessica Simpson, Miley Cyrus, they didn't earn that. So stop doing it. What do they say? What did Elon Musk say? Black people, we got to go back to giving people shit based on merit. I don't believe in DEI either. I believe in merit-based recognition. I believe in merit-based recognition. And when you do, the average white band, when it come to 70s band music, the average white band, they earned their spot with shit like this. Certain stuff got earned based on merit. But you only got a handful. Merit-based recognition. Because if we did it on merit, Kid Rock would have never come through, people. He never would have made it if it was on merit. He made it because he white. Niggas to see a white person doing some mediocre shit and be like, oh, that's the best shit ever. Stop it, you fucking weirdos. No more of that. Which takes us to talking about white boys. Drake. Y'all see Drake, his new album? That shit was dog shit trash. Drake's album busted out. Like I knew it would. I knew it started number one because everyone wanted, including me, wanted to hear what he had to say in his music. So, of course, I played his album 1.5 times. Played it one time all the way through. And I got through about the 4th song on the 2nd time, and I just couldn't do anymore. You see his album sales drop, the streams dropped in half just the 2nd day after it was out. That shit was trash. People are now wanting the real thing. And these white tears and tethered tears are about to be hella activated because y'all can't do it. Y'all cannot do it. And please, do not call Drake's new album R&B. That's rhythmless bullshit. It's not R&B. Oh, Sean G. You said you worried about getting muted? Call in. Phone lines just open, brother. I don't know what you wrote earlier. I didn't see it. But I just opened up the phone lines. 323-744-7425. You got an issue with what I'm saying? Call in. 323-744-7425. Don't chat. Don't type it. Call in and say it. And be clear and be concise. Don't type in caps. Call in. You want to be heard? You get the platform. If you agree, do not call in yet. I only want people who don't agree. Somebody said, I love Drake's new album. I'm not policing. People like nursery rhymes all day. ZZ, look at your profile picture. You like Dr. Seuss, so of course you like Drake. Simple is simple. Whether it be a nursery rhyme or a song. And if you into that nursery rhyme shit, then if you into something that's been used and abused and remade and redone and re-edited and remixed and rehashed, and enjoy Drake all day. I ain't policing shit. I'm just somebody who prefers innovation. And again, do not call Drake's album R&B. The nigga's not singing. That's auto-tune. That's not R&B. That is rhythmless bullshit. What's up, caller? What's his name? Where you calling from?
What's up, my guy? This Sean G calling from South Carolina.
Sean G from South Carolina. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm the one who wrote in the chat, and it's simply because I disagree with the take that everybody's hating on the Kendrick performance because it's based on racism or people not understanding the content of what's going on. It was just a bunch of unknown songs that, to most people, including black people, because people don't listen to Kendrick like that outside the West Coast, and I was muted for that.
Question. How is it a bunch of unknown songs when they're the number one songs currently on the chart?
Man, don't act like Kendrick.
No. Answer, I'm not acting.
Like Drake and all the other artists.
Listen. I'm not acting. I believe in having conversations, but we cannot base the conversation on lies. They're the number one songs, and they have been number one songs for coming up on 2 months before.
You
the
just
Super Bowl.
disputed Drake coming out this weekend as number one. You just made an excuse
I did not dispute that. I said he was exactly number one. I said
you made an excuse for.
I said no, I didn't. Dude, bruh. The truth isn't an excuse. If you start on Friday here, and on Saturday you dip, and on Sunday you dip further, that's not an excuse. That's what happened.
No, that's just how the numbers work. Do you?
What? No. Hold on. No, that's not how the numbers work. Because Kendrick's. That's not how the numbers work. Because Kendrick's GNX stayed at number 1 for 2 months. I'm looking at the numbers right now. They went back to number 1. I mean, before the Super Bowl, GNX, Luther was at number 2 on the charts before the Super Bowl. Currently, so these aren't even songs Americans had to go back 15, 20 years to remember. This is shit that America and the world is playing now.
This is what's being orchestrated for people to hear.
No. You're jumping. You're jumping.
Anybody listen to Kendrick?
You're jumping. You don't listen to Kendrick. Do you know?
No, a lot of people listen to Kendrick. That's why nobody knew what he was saying at the Super Bowl.
Question. How is it then that Humble is the only hip hop song in hip hop history to get 20 million sales?
Because all sales and all streaming shit is just some
20 million
bullshit now.
To the tune of 20 million? Yes. Thank you. Your silence told me everything I need to know. Your silence told me everything. He played a song. He played the most streamed hip hop song in hip hop history. How do you say this?
I don't go off no stream and shit. I go off.
Okay, let's go off sales. Okay, cool. Let's go off sales. Let's go off sales. Hold on, son. Hold on. Let's go off sales. GNX sold over 300,000 physical albums. Billboard, not streams. Physical albums. It sold more physical albums than any album in the last 5 years, brother. Physical albums, not streams. What you gotta say to that? The label don't buy the Kendrick they don't buy that. That's physical sales. Like, you have to actually ship albums. You gotta ship them. Son. You gotta ship them.
That's not the largest hip hop sale.
I said in the last 5 years. Yes, it is. But no. Humble is the largest hip hop sales. Period. Humble is the absolute largest.
Just that record.
That song.
Or the whole album.
The song Humble was 20 million sold. The song that he played. He didn't play the whole album. He played one song. He played that song. All right. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us was number one. They not. Hold on. When I'm talking, hold on. When I'm talking, you don't talk.
I feel like
when I'm talking, you don't talk. When I'm talking, you don't talk. Humble was 20 million sales. We Gonna Be All Right was a national anthem during when George Floyd got killed in Minnesota. All Right was the theme song to all of them riots in the year 2020.
But
just before beats.
You're talking about stuff that's in a monolith, though.
No, that's not about. That's worldwide. That's worldwide.
That's not even the whole entire black community.
No, I'm not. No. I said worldwide, son. It's bigger than the black community, brother.
Man, what you mean? Do you think
it's the Super Bowl
and do a show like Drake just did on Super Bowl night?
What? Huh?
No, he definitely couldn't.
Wait a second.
He
What?
couldn't even do that show in his own country.
Well, wait, talking about who?
That's your own country, and people in the stands don't even know what you're saying or singing.
They don't know what they said in any Super Bowl because most of the people there are wealthy people who don't listen to none of the music that's playing. The Super Bowl is for the people at home, not the people in the audience, son.
So you think if Lil Wayne had did it like most people was asking for, the white people in the audience wouldn't have knew most of the Lil Wayne songs?
They would not have known his music, but the people at home would have. When Shakira was singing 2 years ago, when it was Shakira and all them people, the people in the audience was dead. No one watched. When The Weeknd was performing, nobody knew The Weeknd songs. Nobody knew Usher's songs. Nobody knew Ludacris's parts in the stadium. We at home did. Nobody knew this shit. The last Super Bowl, people knew the words of the song was Michael Jackson.
Stadiums in the last performance.
No.
I personally don't feel like
there were only two songs. There were only. I don't care how you feel. We ain't going off how you feel. We're going off the real thing. There were only two artists that people knew every song: Michael Jackson and Prince. When he did Purple Rain, people knew that. When Michael Jackson did Heal the World, and people knew that. Outside of Michael Jackson and Prince, don't nobody at them damn stadiums know the songs. They didn't know Kid Rock's music when he was in there. They didn't know. Hell, they didn't even know the Rolling Stones music because the Rolling Stones fan base is dead. Nobody. That's why they got Jay-Z, because no one was watching.
I disagree with that, because I'll be honest with you, I have never seen the audience, and I'm not just going off of white people's what they like and stuff. I'm going off as a whole, because I know plenty of black people who don't listen to Kendrick Lamar or know his songs.
I know plenty of black people don't listen.
White people didn't know what was going on.
Let me give you some game, Sean. No artist has everybody's ear. None. Not one. Not even Michael Jackson. Not even Prince. There is no artist that's ever existed in the totality of history that has everybody's ear. Now, there are some artists that got more of people's ears than others, and Kendrick happens to be one of those artists. 3 albums currently right now. He currently has 3 albums on the Billboard Top 200 of all time. 3.
Yeah, we gonna be just straight up honest. He got
no. Stop. No.
Against Drake.
You don't get jump. You don't get to jump. You got to deal with what I said.
But
he has the number one sold.
What you said.
He has the number one sold album now.
Just because people didn't know him, that's
no. Listen, no. You got Sean. Calm down. You got to deal with what I said, not how you feel. Your feelings are irrelevant in the conversation. You can stick them. We don't care about your feelings. When it comes to G and X, it's been the number one album for 2 months now. It is the number one sold when it comes to albums, so physical album copies sold. It's the number one stream. Humble is the number one hip hop song of all time, according to sales numbers.
And guess what? Mr. Morale and the High Steppers.
No, stop. Sean, you're an adult.
Nobody heard.
Sean, stop. I'm just muting you when you go off on these emotional tangents. They don't hear you. So calm down. I don't like dudes that scream. Calm down. Do you listen to you sound like you listen to Drake laying on your stomach. Calm down. Jesus. God damn. You sound like you suck a sucker and listen to Drake laying on your stomach. Chill. So back to what we talking about. You listen to Drake while you licking ice. You listen to Drake while you listen to like you licking an ice cream cone. Hey, Sean, stop. Sean, your emotions. Calm down. God damn, that's what's wrong with you, Drake listening to niggas. Y'all can't handle y'all emotions. Shit, calm down. Back to what we talking about. We're talking about you just mad that the West got a sound that you don't like that's winning. Stop. Forget this West regional crap. That's for small-minded people. That's for you small-minded niggas. We're talking about the real deal. Chill. Stop. I'm gonna hang up. Chill. You have to deal with what's being said. I've already proven your whole point of view was nobody listens. Well, if nobody listens, he wouldn't have an album that's double diamond certified. If nobody listens, he wouldn't have an album that's been at the top for 2 months now. If nobody listens, he wouldn't be able to go back, and All Right would not have been the theme song of the George Floyd protests of 2020, a song that was released 5 years prior. So we already debunked the whole nobody listen. So what is your other issue? We that's handled. People do listen.
That's not debunked.
That's
not debunked.
So no, son, you're debunked. Now let's go on to the next point. What other point did you have other than listen? That's debunked. That's over with. Next, what other issue do you have other than nobody listens?
Well, my issue isn't that nobody listens. My issue was that he didn't deserve to have a halftime show, and the fact that you can't try to make every excuse for why.
All right, question. Okay, cool.
You can't make every excuse.
Cool.
Let me finish what I got to say.
Sean, no, it's my show. It's my show. I finish what you got to say. I finish what you got to say. Sean, question. If let's go off what you say. He didn't deserve it. Well, it's now the most watched Super Bowl in Super Bowl halftime show in Super Bowl
Oh,
history,
here we go.
and they have more views than the Super Bowl game itself. Sean, calm down. I'm only gonna take you if you talk like a man. I'm not gonna take you crying and shit. Now talk to me in a regular voice. It had the most views in Super Bowl history.
What does that mean?
That know what it means?
What does that? What
You know what it
mean?
means?
It had more.
Let me tell you what it
than
means.
the Michael Jackson. Was it anywhere near the Michael Jackson?
Let me tell you what it means. If it's been watched that many times, that means it's been watched multiple times by a lot of people. 200 million people did not watch the halftime show. Maybe 90 million watched it, but they watched it 3 times. That's what it means. And when you have higher view counts, that's because people are replaying it, son. That's why. And if they're replaying it, that means they like it.
Replaying it on what? This is TV ratings we're talking about.
No.
This ain't YouTube.
Yes, it is YouTube. Oh,
counted for.
He said it's not YouTube. Okay. Let's go to what Sean just said. He said it's not YouTube. Chat room, y'all see how easy this shit is? You said not YouTube, right?
What do that mean? If I watch a video myself 1,000,000 times, that's 1,000,000 views for the video. What is that? What does that mean?
Well, you can't watch it 1,000,000 times.
You're talking about unequated.
You cannot watch it 1,000,000 times. Here we go. Look. Okay, on Billboard, the halftime show has 90 million views on YouTube. You said no one's watching on YouTube. The NFL website, it has 69 million views in 7 days. So even on YouTube, we're not even talking about TV now. Even on YouTube, we have between these two channels in less than a week, there's about 150 million views.
Okay, so now go look at the Prince on the Michael Jackson video view. Go to every website that shows the Michael Jackson video.
That video is 30 years old. Do you know? Let me tell you something about that video is 30 years old. Of course, Michael Jackson's the GOAT. Of course, he's going to have the most.
Exactly. So you can't use no number system against.
Yes, I can.
That go against what you're saying.
Hey, calm down with your emotions, brother. Chill.
I ain't emotional.
No, you're emotional. You're emotional. Let's compare that. No, you don't compare to Michael Jackson. Let's compare it to The Weeknd. Did The Weeknd deserve?
No, he did not. He definitely didn't.
Let's compare that to The Weeknd. The Weeknd got 71 million views across 4 years. Kendrick got 69 in 7 days.
And we still gonna be real. Nobody besides Snoop Dogg deserves the Super Bowl since Jay-Z been doing it.
Debunked again. The reason why it has so many views is because people liked it. You didn't like it.
No, that's not.
You didn't like it.
People didn't like it. His fan base liked it. But
no, you didn't like it.
He had the most views.
You didn't like it because you'd rather hear Drake hum on a microphone like a nigga humming on some balls or something. That you don't like it. The people do. Period.
Now you changing the goalpost.
No, I'm not.
They had the most views. How can they have the most views? You think they got more views than Prince's halftime performance?
I didn't say think. I said it got the most views in the halftime. That's what the NFL said. I don't have to think. The NFL ain't got no reason to lie. Why would the NFL promote Kendrick over Prince? Well, what world are you living in?
Because the NFL is a liberal melting pot.
No, it's not liberal.
Do what they got there.
No, it's not. No, the NFL. No. See, you're wrong about that. The NBA is a liberal melting pot. The NFL is redneck and conservative.
You think they're not?
The NFL is liberal. The NFL is conservative. Hey, brother, if you keep screaming, I'm gonna have to hang the phone up. Stop screaming. The NFL is not liberal. It's very conservative. It's very redneck leaning football. That's what it is. It's not liberal.
The ownership is.
Okay.
The PR isn't.
No, it's not.
NBA,
no, it's
the ownership
not.
Is conservative. They aren't Democrats.
They're very good. Okay, why would the NFL have interest in promoting Kendrick over what's that white girl that performed in 26, Lady Gaga?
Because they trying to as a shot at Donald Trump. Donald Trump won. It's Donald Trump won the election last year.
Okay,
so now
they trying to make okay. Shout out Donald Trump. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Black victims.
Okay, I'll take that. Okay, then why was Kendrick more viewed than the Rolling Stones?
because the streaming, because the streaming box and all that stuff wasn't as technical.
No, we're
as
talking about
now.
TV ratings. Forget stream TV ratings. Why were the TV ratings on the Rolling Stones far less than Kendrick?
I mean, the NFL has been growing.
No.
Unlike the NBA.
No.
It would only stand to prove that. I mean, every year.
Hey, bro, calm down. Okay, one more question. Okay, you say NFL is growing. Okay, fine. Then why is it that 30 years ago the highest rated halftime show ever was 30 years ago? If it's growing.
I don't understand what your point is in saying that. Like,
thank you, my brother.
You're going
just say,
because there weren't no.
Just say that
Netflix,
you. Stop! No! Stop! You cannot. You ain't debunked the damn thing I said. You just going into these emotional tangents.
No, that's debunking what you said. You said why did a show 30 years ago not have or whatever you said? It's because they didn't have no streaming apps.
Huh? No. Okay, great. You're right. They didn't have streaming. So why? Okay, then you said it. Michael Jackson was the highest rated Super Bowl of all time with no streaming apps.
I didn't say he was the highest rated.
Not what you said.
I said, do you believe
I
that
don't
more
do
people
beliefs.
has viewed
I'm not believing.
Kendrick's performance than Michael Jackson when you said he got the highest rated?
There's no room for belief when you have numbers, homeboy.
People have been watching the Michael Jackson performance repeatedly for the last 30 years.
No, that was live viewership. You know the difference between live viewership.
Okay, well, stick to live viewership then, because when I said about Kendrick, you went to
I said that
NFL website numbers and all that.
Bruh. This is the last time I'm telling you to stop crying and arguing. I don't like when men cry. Live viewership. They both had 133 million.
Accuse me of crying.
Hey, you crying, bro? Calm down. Go. Your warm milk is getting warmed up in the microwave right now. Chill. They both had $133 million. Both Kendrick and Mike had 30 years apart had 133 million live viewers. Why was it a dip when the Rolling Stones hit? Why was it a dip when The Weeknd hit? Why was it a dip when Kid Rock was on it? Why was it a dip when Beyonce was on it? Why was there 30 years between Kendrick and Michael? Why did the viewership of the halftime show, live viewership, dip down if nobody wanted to see Kendrick?
What has the viewership did in the last 5 years?
No, you got to come to me, brother. You see. Okay, there we go, chat room. He don't even know the goddamn numbers. So we got. Thank you.
Go ahead.
You're coming to me with emotion, not with information.
I'm not coming to you with no emotion. I'm telling you,
you cry right now.
You were counting views from off of websites and
all
this other bullshit.
I gave you son. No. Stop. You cannot lie. We listening to you. I gave you the live viewership. I gave you the live viewership numbers. And I also gave you the streaming numbers. Two different sets of numbers. Kendrick won in both.
Well,
but you said nobody wanted to see
Michael Jackson did it.
But you said nobody. How was he winning? How was Kendrick winning? How was Kendrick winning in live viewership and streaming, but nobody wanted to see it?
Nobody wanted to see it. Most black people didn't want him to do it, and all the white people didn't want him to do it. So I don't know.
Most black people. What do you mean by most? Okay. America has a population of about 330 million people. A third of the country tuned in to see it live. What do you mean? Who's most?
No, they tuned in to the Super Bowl. They tuned into the Super Bowl.
No.
If Kendrick was
No. Kendrick's halftime performance had more views than the Super Bowl. You did? The highest point in viewership, according to Nielsen, was the halftime show. Not the second quarter, not the third quarter, and definitely not the fourth quarter. But you said nobody wanted to see it. So how did he get more views in the game? Well, how did he get more views in the game?
Because I guarantee you, if you look it up, every year the halftime show gains more viewership.
Look it up. Tell us. Go look it up.
This ain't no one-off that you saying.
Go look it up. Go look it up. Prove it.
You mean tell me
no, calm down. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you on hold.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on
Yeah,
hold.
that was
I'm gonna
all
put you.
because of him.
Hold on. I'm gonna put you on hold, and now go prove it. Bring back the number. I've been giving you numbers this whole time. You're trying to give me some goddamn numbers. I'm tired of looking this shit up. I'll put you on hold, and now go look up halftime viewership numbers relative to the game, and then I'll put you on hold. You do that while you're on hold, and I'm gonna keep talking. And
Okay.
then when you
Well,
come
I'm
back
just
with
looking for the last
numbers,
couple years.
when you come back with numbers, just let me know and come back onto the phone line, and then you give me the numbers. Okay. Okay. So back to what we're talking about, y'all. Well, I'm gonna have him on hold. He's gonna go look up the numbers and see what the NFL halftime show view counts were relative to the game, and then he'll let us know. And then, but anyway, back to y'all. So as we get to see here, people, that these halftime shows, they generally do attract really, 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 really big viewership numbers. And as we see, when you look, let me see here. Okay, that was the one. Okay, that's the game. Katy Perry had 118 million viewers in 2015. Rihanna had 121 million viewers. Usher had 129 million viewers. Kendrick had 133.5. Michael Jackson 133.4. Okay, now how many viewers at the game? How many viewers did each game get? Cause you know me, I'm gonna have him look up the numbers, and then I'm looking at the numbers myself so I can check the numbers. You always gotta be able to check the numbers. Okay. Oh, so yeah, the Super Bowl between the Chiefs had 120. So 2024 Super Bowl had more viewers than the halftime show. I'm sorry, 2025, the game had 127 million. Kendrick had 133. All right. Kansas City Chiefs, it was the same as with Katy Perry. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say when it comes to the numbers. But let's get back to what we're talking about here, y'all. You see how easy it is to discuss this topic. If nobody cared about Kendrick, that means nobody really gave a fuck about Usher. That means nobody really gave a fuck about Rihanna. That means Katy Perry wasn't shit. I'm looking right here. Okay. So let's see what he says when he comes back. As a matter of fact, what's the number? 5. I'm not sure. You still there?
Hello?
Yeah, you still there?
Yeah, the one beat?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not the same caller, but the one beat, man. I'm your boy, man, with that sassy voice, babbling, man, and arguing, man. He
hung up. My bad.
Bro,
oh shit! I thought he was still on the line. My bad. He hung up.
The lazy boy, man. I'm like, God damn, man. Yeah, it's a big thing, man, with these folks that's jealous of Kendrick, bro, and Drake fans, bro. It's a big thing with these dudes, man, because they had a thing on YouTube with this man named Angry Man. He's screaming and hollering just like dude, right? Like they on their administration or something, screaming and hollering, and they screaming and hollering about, Kendrick halftime performance and the viewership that he got. Why are you grown men getting so emotional about it? God damn, that shit had me dying though. The one beat. See, I guess they would have been satisfied they'd have had Taylor Swift or Ice Spice, you know what I'm saying, Lil Wayne or T.I. or somebody from the East Coast representing the Super Bowl halftime show. I think they would have been satisfied. There wouldn't have been no smoke, no controversy, no headlines about it at all. I think if it was somebody from their region out their hometown or from their side of the country, they wouldn't have had probably no issue about it. Everything would have been like, A, B, and C, and that's it. It wouldn't have been no big rah-rah and no who got the most views and Kendrick fans and Drake fans. Oh, they only gave him the Super Bowl halftime show because of he had a rap battle with Drake. No, they starting to all sound moist and like 69 guys, bro. They starting to sound like 69 guys, bro.
Man.
They act like they caught a weird case, bro, with all this emotional shit they got going on, man. That shit is crazy, though. But B1, though,
I appreciate the call, my man. I thought I had old boy sit on hold. He hung up. But yeah, now he right though. These cats get hella emotional. Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, DeJuan?
What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Calling from Aurora, Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado. What's on your mind?
Man, first of all, I wanted to say that old buddy from South Carolina, he was on some other shit. He was sounding kind of sweet. I'm from Mississippi originally, but I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these cats that's from the South, if you're not a Southern rapper, they're not gonna support it off the rip. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the hell South Carolina known for besides shrimp and grits, because I mean that's one of the most bammer ass states I've never been to, and that's me as a Southerner saying that about another Southern state. But Lil Wayne was on Saturday Night Live for the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live, and I don't think he did a good job on that, let alone for the Super Bowl. He didn't deserve the Super Bowl.
He didn't deserve, that's the thing with the whole, I try to get away from the regional stuff, but old boy brought the regional stuff in by saying, yo, like that out west. Like, dude, does he realize how few black people are in California? Like, the whole South, Eastern Seaboard and the Midwest is full of black people. Y'all can drive 30 minutes and go to another black town. We leave LA, it ain't the next somewhat black town is Vegas, 4 hours a goddamn way. And then after we get past Vegas, ain't no niggas till we get to Dallas. So it ain't that many black people out here for us to be for Kendrick to be so regionally dominant. It's only a handful of us out here. Like, we 6% of black people are like 6%, 7% of California. It used to be 13, 12%, no, 10%. We're down to like 6% of the state. And we're down to like less than 7%, like 5% of LA. And so if we just regional, if it's only us, how does 133 million people want to tune in to see this performance?
Man, and I'm out here in Colorado where it's even less black people than y'all got in L.A. I'm in the Denver metro area, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Dave & Buster's to watch the Super Bowl, me and my chick. Man, we up in there. It's all white folks around us. We didn't have any reservations, so they put us in the little mommy kitty area. So we surrounded by tables with white moms with they kids. I'm talking about toddlers all around us. Every single mom around us, all of these white folks got up and was dancing to Kendrick songs. They might not have known the lyrics, but they was dancing to the rhythm, and they was trying to dance anyway.
You're right, brother. That's why, that shows you here as Black America, there's so much immaturity within our ranks that a black person can see that a whole black performance and then still lie and say, did nobody want to see that? And then only for the next day for it to come out that it barely beat. Who the fuck beats Michael Jackson at anything? Michael Jackson don't get beat at shit. The Beatles couldn't beat Michael Jackson at ratings. How in the hell does Kendrick Lamar beat him and the niggas say didn't nobody want to see that? That shows you how regressive and dumb a lot of these people are.
Yeah, and you know that old saying, a wise man doesn't argue with a fool because onlookers can't tell who the wise man and who the fool.
That's real talk. That's real
All
talk.
right, have a good one, DeJuan.
Thanks for
Peace,
giving
man.
us a call.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah. I swear a lot of y'all keep calling back. I didn't answer y'all call because I thought I had old boy on hold. He hung up, though. But I appreciate the last call from Colorado. Caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
DeJuan.
What's up? Who's this?
What's going on, man? This Hayes, bro. I gotta have to call into the show, man.
Yes, sir. Call in. What you gotta say, my brother?
Man, this is what I gotta say. It's the information age. People want to hear information. They want to see information. They're searching for information. So all that lollipop, I'm drinking lean, I just want to shake my ass. I want to be dumb. I want to be lower nature. That is naturally phasing out because people are sick and tired of it. A lot of people who watch the halftime show, I'm talking about the people who didn't like it. They went to sleep on that shit and it messed with their consciousness, so they had to wake up to go research. Now Kendrick is having all these new fans, all these older fans, all these white fans, all these people waking up to this message and like, whoa, I'm listening to his back catalog. I've heard of him, but I never knew he was like this. So he sold 130,000 physical copies, vinyls, right after the Super Bowl. Shot back up to number one. Drake had it for one day. Drake lost it in a day, and Kendrick went back to one because why? Drake ain't coming with nothing. He coming with artificial intelligence singing, which is garbage. He coming with asking strippers to give him a hug in the club. What? I lost a battle, but I want to have fun. We like family. Let's hug in the club. Like, nigga, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody playing that for their kids. You know what I mean? And the caller from South Carolina, man, he need to get out his Gucci cap. He was all in his emotions, his feelings, crying. Hey, homie, y'all ain't had a popping rapper since Outkast. Everybody else y'all had been talking about lean, just been degrading black people. Y'all beat been popping.
You just hit on a point. I want to say something about that. I'm going to let you finish. When Usher did his Super Bowl, they were celebrating Atlanta, they had strippers. They weren't naked, of course, but the whole stripper pole. So people like the last caller, the caller from South Carolina, and people who are hating on Kendrick's thing, you telling me you'd rather have our black women going up and down a stripper pole than you'd rather have our black men and our black women fully clothed, dancing in lockstep coordination with other black women, telling the story about the game of America. You'd rather the representation of us be stripper poles than us telling a profound statement through music? Is that what they saying?
Man, they just want to have fun. They just want to, they don't want to deal with reality, what your reality is. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I think Kendrick shook a lot of demons up too. He shook the demons out these Negroes. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is he talking about? He there with his white wife and he like, baby, don't listen to this. We not all like that. We got those type of Negroes too now, man, because he was going a little too hard to disprove you, but everything that you were saying was on point and you was wrong.
My bad. Hold on. I didn't mean to cut you off. This is a sign?
Yeah, bro, this is a sign.
Your voice sound different through these fucking speakers. I'm like, hold on, this is a sign talking.
Nah, it's all good. He shook me to make me call you. I'm watching the show and I'm like, ain't no way he going this hard.
Hey,
if you didn't want to sit there, what other rapper would have been a better fit for the Super Bowl today, right now?
And Hassan, let's take it a step further. Kendrick rap. Let's take it to professionalism. He rapped with no backtracking. He remembered his words. He put on a grand show, and he did it with his natural skill set, not cheating. Since when do black people not acknowledge that high level of craftsmanship and skills in the performance?
Most of the brothers who rap know what Kendrick did was phenomenal. Rappers don't do choreography since Hammer. You feel me? Like, we not rapping and dancing, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, what he did was phenomenal, keeping his breath control, articulation, and he put a certain emphasis on words. And that was 10, 11 songs in 13 minutes, back to back to back. Bro, amazing. He did an amazing job. And if any other rapper from any other region would have did a job that good, he would have did amazing in my eyes. But, I guess it's for some reason, like Kendrick said, people hating on the West Coast, and I'm fine with it. I push the line with it. Like, you can't hate. You don't hate on that regional stuff. Just look at the art for what it is. This is a hip-hop show. If you was at the hip-hop concert and that happened, you would be thoroughly entertained, homie. Thoroughly.
Most of these people forgot.
Nobody.
And for those of you listening, this is Hassan. He's my partner and director on my documentary series is Bigger Than Hip Hop. He's helping me work on. He's editing right now our next installment. So for those of you listening, I talk to Hassan on the phone all the time, but it sounds different on his damn computer than it do on the phone. But this is Hassan.
Yeah, I see, and it's another dude from the South that he didn't have no live band. I'm out this week, Bro, they play live behind the scenes sometimes too. It don't have to be a live band. What are you talking about if it's a live band this week? No, Lil Wayne is weak. Future is weak. All
They're
those
weak.
cats down there where you at are weak. They don't stand on no substance. Little Baby is weak. You heard his last album? Garbage.
Lil Boosie.
Young Thug is trash. You heard his
Boosie.
new music? Boo Boo. He can't get a step in. He can't talk about gangsterism, so he can't get nothing popping.
Hassan.
The South is done, homie. Stick a fork in them. We need a new Outcast. We need a new Big Crit.
We need a new
South is
Outcast.
done. Y'all finished.
We need. I'm glad you said that because I want to get. Now that you said that, you have me thinking, Hassan. What artist from the South is bringing us any level of substance higher than booty shaking, drugs, and degenerate culture? Big narrow. I ain't talking about small cats.
D1. I give you D1.
D1. Okay.
D1 is solid.
What about
D1
on a
is
major
coming with that
level?
heat.
What about on a major level? Like, because Kendrick's at the top. Who at the top of that region is doing that since Outkast?
I know Crit was. Man, I don't want to. At one time, David Banner was.
Yeah, Godbox. Yeah.
Oh, Big Mike.
Oh yeah, Killer Mike.
Big Mike.
Killer Mike.
My bad. Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Super solid.
Gotta give Killer Mike his
the
credit.
rappers that they want to see, they don't want to see Killer Mike.
Be right. They didn't say give Killer Mike. He just won. They didn't say Killer Mike just won Science and Engineers. He just won a Grammy. Killer Mike. No,
right.
I haven't heard not one person bring Killer Mike up.
Yeah, because they don't listen like that. They claim they hip hop fans and all. They don't listen like that. I listen to everybody. I want to see who's bringing it. So I listen to every region, every coast, all sides, underground, all that. My ear is for hip hop, straight up. So, and you know what I'm saying? When you got a guy doing a phenomenal job, it's just like, just give him his props. It is what it is. Killer Mike went up there and did a job. That would have been great. I think Outkast needs a Super Bowl. Straight up. I think
Yeah, if 3,000 would get back around, hell yeah.
Those are the cats from the South I'm pushing for, man. But I don't want to take up too much more space, man. But that dude from South Carolina just irritated me because it was just like, bro, what are you watching? Are we watching the same thing? And if Kendrick wasn't it, who is it? Who would have did a better job than him? That's bringing some substance that your babies can. Because I know I had a living room full of children. They was all dancing. I'm talking about from 3 to 7. They all dancing, getting live.
I was at a group party, a Super Bowl party with age group 45 and up, really 50 and up for the most part. And Kendrick ain't their generation 50 and up, but they was dancing their asses off, 50 and up.
See?
So,
yeah, man.
Man,
I think he did a great job. Shout out to Kendrick, man. Shout out to SZA. Shout out to Hov because he pushed that line. I know he got some suspect things, you know what I'm saying, about his personality, but shit, he put Kendrick in there, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Keep using your influence the right way.
Real talk, man. Man, thanks for giving us a call, man. I'm gonna call you up later on.
All right. Peace out, bro.
All right, man. And that was the song. He my partner, my Incense and Ashtrays live, all this stuff. Anytime you see me on camera, that's the sound behind the camera. Anytime you see me on camera, that's the sound behind the camera. What's up? Call a call back. I tried to answer it. It didn't pick up in time. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, this is Miss Niecy from Charleston, West Virginia.
Miss Niecy from Charleston, West Virginia. What's on your mind?
I'm going to make this short and sweet. That Sean dude, Rainbow, Synth Energy. He wasn't listening. He just wanted to talk, invent. That's what I took away from it.
Right.
It was emotions over facts.
Straight up rainbow energy.
Yeah. And one more statement. White America celebrates debauchery, the fuck shit on the daily. They don't want to deal with reality. But, hey, this is New Year. Reality is in your face. Kendrick dig that shit. And I thoroughly enjoyed the halftime show.
I That's real talk. That's real talk. I appreciate you giving us a call.
You have a good day.
Thank you. Yeah, like, don't nobody want to see black. So when he say people like, don't nobody want to say, you mean you don't want to see 100 black people on stage together, come together and
Hey
dance
man, I've
as
been
one?
trying to catch you. I got a quick question first before we
What's
go
up?
in.
What's it called? What's the name first? First off, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Billy Bates. Billy Bates. I'm calling from Georgia, man. I grew up in Flint, Michigan. I was blessed to be on the same stage behind Temptations.
Dope.
Okay. First thing I need to know. Oh yeah, it's a lot of stuff going through my mind, man. When I heard you say who your father-in-law was, that was all I needed to hear. But anyway, where can I watch the Incest and Ashtrays, man? I've been trying to find it.
Most of that stuff, the archives are on. I do them live on, but the archives are all on Patreon, Mixcloud, and mixcloud.com/@thewamb. What I can leave up there is set up there. Everything's on Patreon, and if you follow at Incest and Ashtrays on YouTube, that's where my documentary is. But that channel hasn't really gotten started yet. I only have my mini doc up there.
I looked. Yeah, I looked on YouTube, but I couldn't find it. But anyway, my point is, man, and then you brought it up. What I was gonna make about it is, man, when you just got a microphone, and I'm not condemning rap, it's not gonna compare. When you said Prince and Michael Jackson, it's not gonna have the same visual as like Prince or Michael Jackson, because there's only so much that you can cover with a microphone versus having instruments and live music.
Yeah.
And we, the numbers thing, I'm not going to take away from that, but you know as well as I do, a lot of that stuff is manipulated, man. But I'm not going to take up a lot of time. I tip my hat to you, man. I love what you're doing.
Thank you, man. Thanks for giving us a call.
All right.
He made a good point. I don't jump too much into the numbers all the way because numbers can and are always manipulated. But I will say this, nobody's talking about the Super Bowl, and a week and a half later, think about it, 8 days after the Super Bowl, they're still talking about the halftime performance. So it just say the real number is 2 people watch the Super Bowl. If that's true, then how is it that 8 days later, the Super Bowl halftime show is still in the news cycle when the Super Bowl itself left the news cycle by Monday morning? What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, peace and love. What's up, YB, man? Yo, this is Mark Jones from Long Island, New York, man.
Mark from New York. What's your mind, brother?
Rotate with you, man. Rotate with you. Just gonna drop my little spill right quick. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. Shout out to the West Coast for bringing back real hip hop. I'm a 44-year-old man, and I'm a Mobb Deep fanatic. You know what I mean?
Mobb Deep.
I ain't gonna sit up and style, man. Like I admire what Kendrick did to make a diss song that's a club banger. Then it becomes an anthem to the point that you're able to rock the halftime show, and you bringing hip hop back to its essence as far as the conscious. Oh man, that's dope. That's dope, man. Salute to that brother, man, and shout out to California, man. That's all, bro.
Man, salute likewise, my brother.
All right.
And salute to the South. Salute to New York City, Bronx. Anybody who's down for the greater good of music, the greater good of the culture, I'm with you. But if you're going to put your city or culture ahead of the city or state ahead of the culture, that's where we got problems. As long as the culture and Black America and our creations and artistic freedom and expression is ahead of your little bullshit ass zip code where you live, me and you on the same page. But if your zip code is ahead of art, then fuck your zip code too. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
What's up, brother Dewan? This is Will. I'm calling from Atlanta, born and raised.
Will from? Oh, you a real Atlanta? I gotta hear what you gotta say. I got a real Atlanta in on the phone. What's on your mind, brother?
Bruh, this dude is sitting up there telling you straight lies, man. That's all we bumping in the South is West Coast music and Kendrick Lamar. I don't know what he's talking about. We grew up listening to Spice One, goddamn West Coast Connection. We listen more to the West Coast stuff than we did to the North, the up north stuff. I don't know what he's talking about. That's all they playing down here.
That's what I remember. I remember spending my summers in Texas, Louisiana, and hearing what was going on back here in LA at home, and my cousins and my people interested in what we had back in the 90s before the internet. And they listen to some New York stuff too. But culturally, in the South, y'all put that bump in y'all trunk like we do here in the West. Y'all got y'all cars. We got lowriders. Y'all got them. Y'all go ahead and, especially in Florida, put the 78-inch rims on y'all shit. Like culturally, it's a lot more in alignment. So the music always have more of a shared thing because it's been music you can bump in your car. The way y'all like to bump music in the car.
Be honest with you, that sound that Luke didn't create that whole Southern so-called booty shake sound. That came from the West Coast, man.
That came from LA.
He just adopted. That came from the West Coast. That didn't come from Luke. He didn't create that. We've always embraced West Coast, man. I grew up listening to Spice One and goddamn EDE, NWA, man. I didn't grow up listening. I didn't grow up listening to Wu-Tang and all that. I grew up listening to West Coast stuff, man. So I don't know what old boy from South Carolina talking about. Man, that's all they are playing down here is Kendrick Lamar. I'd have been to the club twice. That's all they playing up in there, man. So all of this, we don't rock with the West Coast stuff, man. Let me tell you something. The South, I'm just gonna say the South, man. They love the West Coast, man. They love the West Coast down here, man. So I don't know what y'all doing in South Carolina. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm telling you, Louisiana, Alabama, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, all of them, Arkansas, Oklahoma, man, that's West Coast. That's West Coast, man. That's how come West Coast artists are able to make so much money because they can tour in the West and the South. They don't have to go to the North like that. Because they get embraced. Man, let me tell you something. Anything the West drop, the South is going to embrace. You can ask anybody from the South. We're going to embrace that. Matter of fact, we give them more play than we give New York. We don't listen to that stuff like that. They may have a hot song that we may like, but we talking about buying albums. Oh, man, it was always the West Coast, man.
Always, and it was similar right here. I remember when the Ghetto Boys dropped. My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me was played every bit as much as anything Ice Cube had out or Too Short had out at the time when they dropped. When Outkast dropped, when they dropped that Southern Playlist of Cadillac Funky Music for your trunk, man, please, man, my brother turned me on the Outkast because he had that shit as soon as it dropped. And we was playing that shit just as much as we was playing anything else.
Yeah, and let me tell you who was the hardest thing in Atlanta at one time. Mac Drake. We love Mac Drake. Spice One. We wasn't listening, so I don't, man. Okay, it's cool. Just say you don't like Kendrick, but don't sit up here and say we not listening to it. Matter of fact, my wife is from California. I don't know what you talking about, man. We love the West Coast. West Coast and the South is like, just like somebody said in the chat, we like cousins.
We are.
Cousins. We like cousins. And the reason why we love the West Coast so much is because the West Coast is, to me, they're the only spot that really embrace their Southern heritage like that. Like, we know we come from the South and we from the West. A lot of New Yorkers, they try to say, oh, we New York. We don't mess with them like that, man. Not that we hate on them, but, man, we love the West Coast. Anything that the West Coast drop, man, we love it. The only reason 50 Cent got a lot of play down here is because he went with Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, just say you didn't like the halftime show. But that's just you, my boy, because we love that GTX down here, bro.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for giving us a call, my brother.
All right. I'm going to finish the show. Have a good one, Dewan.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're right. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Dewan, it's Billy again, man. I forgot the number one thing I wanted to say. There is nothing, and I'm from his neck of the woods, Kid Rock has done that merits him to even open his mouth, man.
Right. Kid Rock ain't shit.
Nothing. Yeah, among some of the others you named that been on, I don't, you know what it was that got them on the Super Bowl stage. But anyway, man, thanks, man.
Yeah, man, thanks for this call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid Rock got a song about having a kid with a 17-year-old. Do y'all know that? Kid Rock has a song about having a baby and leaving his 17-year-old baby mama basically fatherless with a fatherless child. And he want to talk about hip hop. What? What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Oh, peace, brother Dewan B, man. I'm calling from California by way of Stockton, but I'm a LA kid, man.
Yes, sir.
Came up out of Compton, moved to Long Beach. Then I came up to Frisco, came up out of Hunts Point, got a home in Stockton, homie.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind, brother?
So check this out, man. Hey, you hit on a good point earlier when you were talking about the Ghetto Boys, right? So I've listened to hip hop, man, for a long time, and I remember that album, Mind of the Lunatic, with Ghetto Boys. And if you remember in the intro with Jay Prince, he was talking about how the East Coast, I'm paraphrasing, but if you remember in the intro, Jay Prince made a statement about how the East Coast wasn't giving him no love way back in the early 90s. It wasn't getting no spin. And so them brothers in the South was always connecting with us on the West. And that's the thing that's being missed. So that little old soy boy caller earlier from South Carolina, he missed the mark. And on top of that, I don't know if everybody picked up on it, but earlier in his little soy boy rant, he said, your country. Think y'all missed that. So he hinted that he was a little undercover cousin. So
I missed that too. Yeah, he did say that. I missed that too. Oh man.
Yeah, brother. So it's like these cats have infiltrated. And I just want to make this one last point. I don't want to take up too much of the time, but I listen to you religiously, brother, and I love your work, man. I got a homeboy that's out the military. He knows I ain't gonna go into that, but I wanted to say that if we trip on how these cats get down on the hip hop level and how a lot of these dudes start ranting, just based on Brother Kendrick's outstanding performance, and I'm a boxing fan, and you equate that to how brothers, others, shit on brothers like Devin Haney or the great Deontay Bomber Wilder, how they shit on him. They always maintain the shit on. I'm sorry, brother. I don't mean to cuss. They always hate on brothers that's doing something against the grain.
You make a good point, because when Deontay Wilder fights and loses, you will see Negro Twitter will come out of the woodworks and shit on him. But when Tyson Fury lost, no one even knew he was fighting.
Yes,
nobody.
Yes, sir.
Like Ryan Garcia called Devin Haney a monkey. Said his dad had nappy Negro hair. Said I hate niggers. He said all that shit. Negro Twitter didn't say a motherfucking peep. But the minute Devin Haney lost to a steroid, which he didn't lose, he got the L taken away from him. But to when he lost to a steroid left, niggas was acting like monkeys. When it came out and said that Ryan Garcia was on steroids, and then he turned around and called black people all kinds of this, them niggas didn't say shit. I don't respect these dudes, honestly, my brother.
Man, facts, brother. I don't either, man. I cut a lot of ties based on that because I'm a boxing fanatic too. And so with that Ryan Garcia thing, this fool come out talking about to resurrect our late brother George Floyd, resurrect him and delete him again. Nobody had nothing to say about that. But then you have somebody like Kanye say something. Everybody come out against this brother. Yeah, he's off. But they try to use that same narrative towards Lion Ryan, talking about he's off and he got all this. Well, he ain't that much got doggone off, because he was able to articulate all this crazy old stuff against black people and the rainbow people and them small hat people. And ain't nobody said nothing about that. But my thing is that everybody has all this smoke to our brothers that make stands and go against the common narrative of the grain that all these other entertainers and athletes sell out. And we don't, like the grassroots will stick behind them, but the populace, man, they got nothing good to say about them. So that almost makes me think, man, these are the predecessors of the cats that sold out the Nat Turners and Denmark Vases. These are the children of these sellout Negroes, man.
Like Jerry Carr said, when we left the plantations along with the niggas that tried to keep us on the plantations. And we never got around to find out who was who. We started to see who was who right now. Man, but thanks for giving us a call, my brother.
Hey, I thank you, brother, for all your work, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep supporting 100%, brother.
Yes, sir.
God.
We got over 1,000 people in here, so that means we need over 1,000 likes. Most of them likes, I got 700 likes, but most of those likes came like 2 hours ago. So I need everybody that's we got almost 1,100 up in here right now. I'm gonna need almost 1,100 likes. You dig? What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, brother, how you doing, man? It's different from Illinois, man. How things been going with you, brother?
Different from Illinois. What's on your mind, my brother? Thanks for giving us a call.
Oh, what's up, man? I don't know, like I don't know if you mentioned him, but Self, what's that bro name from New York, DJ Self? He was talking like a lot of shit about Kendrick, saying he trash, he don't got no hits but that one song. I'm like, have people took a look back at the past? Like Kendrick dropped The Pimp a Butterfly and everything. I don't know why people hang on him like that. It's weird to me. Like, I feel
you know
like,
what I think it is? Different. You know what I think it is?
What is it?
People are stupid as fuck, right? And we ain't dealing with dummies. They don't like new information. They get cognitive dissonance. They don't like anything new. Our music has gotten dumbed down so much. People just want to sit around and just be dumb. It's like one, they get to see Kendrick do this profound music. Two, every time they open up their Twitter, Instagram, there's somebody doing think pieces on it. What's more offensive to somebody what's the most offensive thing to people who don't like to think? Thinking. So the fact that Kendrick is making you think in the lyrics and then they have to read all these think pieces and you got these people, all these so-called regional biases, it's those things. You got the regional thing. You also got the people like you say, a Charleston White, who his whole platform is talking about black degeneracy, how black people, the music is bad, how black people, the rappers are all doing this evil stuff, how black people ain't got this right, how black culture this, black culture that. People like you would think people like a Charleston White, like a Get It Kid, like these people who got so much to say about black culture. When the men they get a representative of black culture that goes against everything that they say black culture is, now you fucking with Charleston White's money. Because I don't believe anything he said because he's an actor. He says he's an actor. He's a character. So what he says, he may or may not have believed. But we do know that Charleston White's brand is based on shitting on black people and constantly bringing up black degeneracy. So it's in people like Charleston White and like people who think like academics. Another one, his brand is based on black degeneracy. If you notice these people who have issues with Kendrick's, 50 Cent, his brand is based on black degeneracy. Go down the line of these people who have an issue. All of their brands are based on us either jumping around in monkey suits, they're us doing a certain type of drug, they're down with us having strip poles at the Super Bowl and Boosie and murder music. You know what I mean? So it's these people who are down with destructive black culture who have the most problem with it. That's what I see. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, like I definitely see it as the degenerates outside of our community that has the biggest platform of people, but it's the silver lining is a lot of people ain't listening to them like that. Don't get me wrong, you do have some dumbasses that are, oh yeah, they right. I'm like, no the fuck they not, bro. They sound dumb as fuck. But as far as with some of the people, like it's like the guy just mentioned before, we need to support more artists. Like, he's not the biggest artist. The best album he brought out recently was pretty good. His name Carday. He's from the South as well. And it's another dude. His name, I forgot this young brother name. He's from Houston. I actually chopped it up with him, but he did a remix of Kendrick's songs. And he's really good. His name, Deshaun.
We'll get into it. I don't want to get too much into it right now. I have 1,000 calls coming in.
I'm finna close it out to say this.
Send it to me, dog, so I can know and I can go ahead and help amplify it.
Yeah, but like the main thing I was gonna say was too that it comes to the Midwest. We got love for the West Coast too.
And likewise,
we got love for the West Coast too. And plus, like not only that, I feel like in the near future, the hip hop is gonna get a whole lot better. Not just hip hop, but R&B as well.
R&B music.
That's all I wanted to say. Most love.
Man, thanks for giving us a call, brother.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's bigger than hip hop. We have R&B. We have a lot of music, man, that we got to get back to. What's up, Carter? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Oh, this Fresco calling out of Baton Rouge, New Orleans area, man. I just wanted to say a few things right here, bro. If you got something, most of the people who got something against Kendrick Lamar are the same people who glaze Jokic, are the same people who sit up there. Who sit up
You ain't lying.
Jokic can't even jump to a goddamn conclusion, much less jump on a goddamn jump and dunk a goddamn ball.
You right.
So they the same people who glazing Josh Allen said he deserved an MVP, which he don't. They're the same people who running over there defending 50 Cent, talking about he loyal. And I wanted to bring up something about 50 Cent, bro. Everybody over here talking about, 50 Cent, right, he right, this and that. His loyalty. What was his loyalty to the coach when he ran his 8-mouth ass over there to Andrew Scholes after he made that great joke about Kendrick?
Right. He ain't got that much loyalty in his punk ass.
What was his loyalty then? Everybody want to talk about Meech's wrong. And in a sense, you could say he was wrong, but he got to make money for himself, for one. And for two, back to the doggone Jokic thing. They got a video of Jokic laughing at Wemby. And I know Wemby not FBA or indigenous to this land, but if you put him out with a group of FBAs or whatever, they'll still, of course he's staying out, they'll still say he one of us. Mm-hmm. There was a video of Jokic laughing at Wemby for reading a goddamn book before he played in the All-Star game. Him and some other white trainers in the locker room, laughing at this man over reading a goddamn book. And I said, there you go, right there. The jokes write themselves. They don't call him a joker for nothing.
You right about that.
That's all I wanted to say, man.
And thanks for giving us a call. Yeah, like, folks, we just got to look at who's criticizing Kendrick. The primary people criticizing Kendrick have a vested interest in black degeneracy. 50 Cent has a vested interest in black degeneracy. And all these people who are defending 50, oh man, loyalty. Man, loyalty what? Because he took a picture. Whatever happened to the men? I mean, when I was a little boy growing up, I always wanted to be a man. I would look at my dad play dominoes with his friends, and they would talk about the Pistons versus the Lakers, Isaiah Thomas versus Magic. I mean, they had 8 beers and they talked like men. And I remember being an 7-year-old boy like, man, I can't wait to be a man. I can't wait to be grown. You know what I mean? Get away from all this kid stuff. Talk about grown stuff. Now, I'm grown. And the men gossip like bitches. Or this is anonymous. I'm not answering any anonymous calls. Call back and show your number. I'm not answering any anonymous calls. So I wanted to be grown. I wanted to get old, be an elder too, an older man. Like, I'm not an elder yet, but I would always say when I was a kid, I'm not going to do to the previous generation what, the old generation did to us by talking shit and everything about them and downing them and dissing them. Now I'm here. The conversations are almost no different than they were when I was a kid. What's up, Carter? What's your name? Where you calling from? They were when I was a kid. Carter, you there?
Yo, what up, Dewan B? It's your boy Breeze Omega.
What's up, Breeze?
I just wanted to call. What's good, family? I just wanted to call in real quick because I keep seeing a lot of people saying, like, as if New Yorkers didn't have no love for the West Coast, or we didn't have no love for the South. We did. A lot of us was exposed to West music from the West Coast and from the Midwest and the South because we had a thing called pirate radio that would be playing late at night. And we all stayed up to listen to that. That's like early 90s type shit. And my man, who's born and raised in Long Island, this nigga had a whole damn shrine to Tupac and all them niggas from the West Coast because he believed he was from the West Coast, but he lived on the East Coast, but he dressed like a nigga from the West Coast all my life growing up. So we always been exposed to what's going on over there. And we ain't never really had no hate. That West Coast, South, East Coast beef, that was manufactured by Vibe. So I just wanted to say that part because
it was Breeze, and I agree with you because on an individual level, I know a fair amount of you New Yorkers who think like you, but we got to tell the truth. When we turn on the internet now, we got to deal with Cam and Mates saying all kind of slick shit about the West.
Yeah.
We got to deal with 50 Cent saying all kind of slick shit. It's a lot of people who represent New York who have major media platforms who talk a lot of shit.
Think about,
and at the same time, but hold on one second.
Right.
I want to juxtapose that to name one black artist, one out of the West that proactively goes and disses the East. If something comes out, they say, "Oh, that's just the East." You can't name one. When it comes to not even the game, I mean, these dudes. When it comes to our prominent Dr. Dre, Snoop, you go down the line when it comes to West Coast artists and prominent people from the West. There's nobody prominent in the West just going and dissing something and saying, "Oh, y'all like that because it's from New York."
But Snoop,
it doesn't exist.
Snoop did put that New York joint out.
He had New York that song. He had that song New York, where they motherfuckers would do stomping on the buildings. But Snoop was also the one that was trying to bring peace to Biggie and Pop. Snoop was also the one
because I knew
when Snoop outside of that video, and that video was 30 years ago. But outside of that video where he did that part, you don't get that. Same thing with the South. Oh well, I mean, so like I'm gonna let you finish. But although I know you're right because I've heard you talk. We've met in person before, and I know other people from New York. I know a lot because in LA, a lot of New Yorkers live in LA, a whole lot. So being born and raised here, we get all of it. But the fact that so many prominent New Yorkers with microphones, Fat Joe, now Melly Mel saying hip hop is Melly Mel went so far as saying hip hop is Bronx culture, not even New York culture. The fact that we have to deal with that means we have to address it on that level because too many prominent people out of New York are on this bullshit, and the ones who aren't are just quiet.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that whole that 100. But what I was just saying is like people like 50 Cent. 50 Cent hangs around a large tether group. He's always around tethers. I remember when the New York joint that Snoop Dogg did because I grew up with Prodigy. You know, Chalk, that's his real name. We when he first heard that, he was really shocked because he was like, I fuck with Snoop big time. So when they had to make the LA joint at the end, but niggas we always rock with each other. I think we were manipulated. We were probably compromised, and that's where I'm gonna land my plane at. But I just want people to know that New Yorkers do not have a problem with the West. The real New York niggas that are FBA, niggas who mamas is from North Carolina, daddies from Alabama or wherever else in the South, we don't have a problem because we know where we come from.
For sure, man. Thanks for giving us a call, my brother. Always good hearing from you, man.
All right, no doubt.
Yeah. And that's Breeze on me, man. He's a moderator in the chat, good dude. But we got to deal with what we got to deal with. And the truth is, it's too many voices out of New York saying that bullshit. So since there's so many voices saying that bullshit, we got to debunk all them voices. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, hey, this is D. Hey, Dewan B. Hey, I just want to respond to the last caller, man. Yeah, we get down with New York, man. Nas, DMX, you know what I'm saying? Even Wu-Tang, man. All them dudes, man. Even some of the underground, Cool G Rap, all that. But the discrepancy, that was some record label shit that went down, bro. They shot at Snoop and Trady and Corrupt them when they went down to make a video. They wasn't gonna make that video stumping on the buildings in New York to just diss them dudes. They did that because, you know, they got word Big had sent some dudes down there to shoot up their trailer when they were coming down there and pay homage to New York. I just wanted to add that. You know, B1 though.
I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. They did get their traitor shot at. Thanks for giving us a call. You're right about that. On that New York video, that didn't happen in a vacuum. That happened in response to somebody today traitors getting shot up. We gotta put first things first. We gotta put first things first. All right? This is my last call. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
What up? What up? LC, LA, Crenshaw District.
Yes, sir.
Pacific. Yeah. So I want to touch into the thing about the East Coast West Coast thing. About I like when you get on the dudes from New York for me acting hella biased and being like too regional because we from LA we picked up a lot of stuff from New York as far as the music, and we got our own thing and did our own twist to it. And when you talk to like a barbershop full of guys in LA, right? If you ask them, oh, what's your top 5? We're going to say some people from the West Coast, some people maybe 1, 2 from down south, and people from Midwest and East Coast. But if you get like a group of New York dudes in the barbershop, they ain't gonna mention anybody outside the tri-state.
You're right about that. And hell, time they won't mention anybody outside their borough half the time.
Right. And I noticed that too. I remember I seen a clip with Tax Stone. He was locked up right now. Tax Stone, when he was in the barbershop, and it was a group full of Brooklyn dudes. They was all in the barbershop and they were talking about their top 5. I didn't hear nothing outside of New York at all. And really, it like you said, the East Coast, West Coast thing, it was manufactured because there was a lot of little situations in the rap game where artists from the East Coast and artists from LA would do little collaborations with each other to mend relationships in the game. But then, you had situations like, Biggie going on the radio saying what he's saying about Dog Pound doing the trailer gets shot up. Because originally, people, they was giving up for New York. There was like, there was paying homage. But now they turned it to something else. And then the video dropped, they see Snoop came down the buildings. And then they hear the beginning of the song. And you got Snoop in there imitating New York dudes. And, yo, what up, money? Yo, God. Yo, I got mad skills, Then Crub saying the night I served 2,000 MCs. Then, things just started blowing over. But, I always got love for New York myself. Nas is in my top 3 off top, Like, as far, I'm a real West Coast dude as far as, like, my music selection. But at the same time, though, I just love, like, the Nas and the Corn Megas, and sometimes I like some of Uncle Murder stuff,
Yeah, I'm a huge Nas fan. But, yeah, you're right about that, man. Thanks for giving us a call.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, real talk. Like, I don't know, me personally, that's why I don't get that. Me personally, like Larry in the chat, he'll tell you, if I'm going to listen to a group, I'm going to probably put in Tribe Called Quest. My 3 favorite groups, musically, Tribe, Outkast, Dog Pound. If I'm going to listen to any 3, if I had 3 groups to choose from, Tribe, Outkast, Dog Pound. Probably Outkast the most because they have the most of the music out of all of those groups. Outkast over Tribe because they have more music than Tribe. Tribe probably more so than Dog Pound because they put out more music than Dog Pound. But I don't care about no goddamn region. I like Nas because he's profound. I like Nas for the same reason I like Ice Cube and Common. Common in Chicago, Ice Cube LA, Nas New York. What do they share in common? They Black Americans that are intelligent, that say profound things. That's why I like them. I dislike T.I. because he ain't talking about shit that I relate to. Super chat, Mary. Oh, here. Hold on. Hey, I think that was there. Call back. What's up, Emmanuel with the super chat? He said Rolling Stones unseasoned. Terrell Elvin said, hello? Hello?
Yeah, say my name once. I'll call you, bitch. I'm Candyman.
I thought it was your bitch ass. That's why I didn't give you the normal greeting because you a hoe.
Nah.
Hold on, let me
nah,
finish reading these super chats and I'll get to your bitch ass comment. Yeah, you're right. Seem like say you got to go through the gauntlet of black churches to reach a certain level of greatness. You goddamn right. Change out the white tears and coon niggas activated. That was a good one. O'Brien said, "I'm hearing a lot of we fucks with Ken in the South." Yeah, you do. I know they do. B. Amos said, "I'm from the South Carolina. We listen to West Coast all the time." Yeah. Drake Guy says, "Darky DEI." Yeah. Darky DEI is that rub burn between your mama's thighs. And here we go. Kingdom Mindset said Kendrick got a song called DNA. It's not East Coast or West Coast. It's brain music. Right. But go ahead, bitch ass nigga. What you want?
Well, first of all, dog, anything that causes white tears, I'm so for that shit, dog. I wish we could make them cry every day, all motherfucking day. So, yeah, fuck them people. But I hear a lot of regional, like, people talk about music in terms of regions. Like, they release it to the world. Like, just because a Southern artist comes out with a fucking album don't mean it's supposed to be just for the South or just for the West Coast. They release it to the world. It's for the world. So we need to stop putting these fucking regional restrictions on music. I get, like, a lot of people from some region might not understand chopped and screwed music. Or, you know, a region, we might not understand hyphy music or whatever, but it's for the world, dog. Just take a listen and try and understand, because it's all black people, dog. We all talk about basically the same thing, just using a different dialect. So stop putting so many fucking regional restrictions on music.
And man, people do it because it's like, how can you even put a regional restriction on it? Like Biggie's biggest hit, Biggie, can't you see? That's a West Coast beat of Herb Alpert. You know, when you're dealing with Ice Cube, the bomb squad from the East Coast, but they were sampling Parliament Funkadelic from the East Coast and the Midwest. So it's like, even when you add the beat in, the beat is what people care about most in the song. You can't pin it down because there's plenty of times East Coast artists roll a West Coast beat, if you can call it that, or plenty of times a West Coast artist roll a Southern beat, if you can call it that. It's black music, period.
Hey, that's my point, dog. It's black music, and if you're a black person, you should try and enjoy it, dog. Because it's I don't want to say it's just, but now I'll put racial restrictions on the music, not regional restrictions.
Right.
Because it's all for us. It's all for us. And when they don't understand it, that causes white tears. And, hey, man, we talked about this the other day, dog. I'm not really a fan of white boys rapping, dog, because once they make it big, then they switch over to folk artists and country artists and shit like that. So, fuck them, dog. Let them bitches cry all they can, dog. I don't like that shit. Have you seen Machine Gun Kelly lately?
Nope.
He started off one way. Go look at that motherfucker now, boy. He looks like a goth Avenger right now, dog. He looks fucking stupid. Kid Rock started off as a rapper. Now he's a fucking Republican. Racist.
Look at Post Malone.
I was getting to him. Post Malone started off rapping. Now I don't know what the fuck. He looks like a goddamn dog that needs to go to the groomer. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But they start off, it's just like white girls. They go through a little black man phase, and then they get real back into their regular life, and then they start dating white boys. Just like white boys rapping. It's a phase, and then they go back to their roots, and they start singing folk music or country music or whatever the fuck they doing. Some genre of music they stole from us.
All right. I'm about to call you when I call you on the phone. Ooh, I caught myself. Ooh, I caught myself.
Well, you about to get canceled.
I was about to get banned like a motherfucker. I was about to say.
Hey, dog, you got to learn that when we're on the broadcast, we can talk to each other one way, and when we're on the phone, we ain't got no restrictions, dog. Don't get canceled, bitch.
Yeah, I almost got canceled right there. All right, get the fuck off my phone, nigga.
All right, bitch.
I swear I was about to call Larry something else that would have got my ass motherfucking canceled. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it, man. Anything that causes white tears, I'm here to drink. You did? Because they get mad at any time. And because what causes white tears is black independence. Black people doing our own thing without including them is a key recipe for white tears. I didn't realize I've been on 2.5 hours, so I gotta go. What's up, Great Black Shark? I got business to handle. And salute to everybody. Hit me with the super chat. You know, hit me. Salute to all the super chats. Also, salute to all of the cash apps. Thank y'all for that. I appreciate y'all. Williams, I appreciate the cash app, Williams. I appreciate all y'all. So thank you again for listening. Thank y'all again for listening. All right. Kendrick is the king right now. Deal with it. And sooner or later, there's going to be a new king crowned. But don't forget that just in 2023, they were saying hip hop is dead and the music industry is going to move on to Afro beats and other styles of music. It was Kendrick that brought it back to hip hop. So all you hip hop niggas need to show some motherfucking respect and gratitude for that, all right? Thank y'all again for listening. We'll be back at it again soon. Hit the like button and make sure everybody's here right now. Make sure you leave a comment when the video is over. Leave a comment when the video is over. Let the algorithm know that you're here. All right? Thank y'all again for listening. Remember, there are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. We out.